Good morning children. Today we are starting with the third chapter, that is plant kingdom. But before starting the plant kingdom, again I am giving you two-line revision that actually we are discussing the Whitaker's classification. In Whitaker's classification, it is a 5 kingdom classification, that is Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. In kingdom Monera, the bacteria and cyanobacteria are there, which are prokaryotic organism, and in Protista, unicellular eukaryotic organisms are there, and in fungi, the non-green plants are there, which are showing the heterotrophic saprotrophic mode of nutrition. And in Plantae, the multicellular autotrophic green plants are there, and Animalia, they are heterotrophic and which are not having the cell wall. Now the cell wall has become a very important characteristics of the plant kingdom, but it doesn't mean that the which are organism which are having the cell wall, they are present only in the plant kingdom, because again we are taking up the first class, that is kingdom Monera, in which the bacteria belongs to, but bacteria and cyanobacteria, both of them possess the cell wall. Now it comes the Protista, which is the class of unicellular eukaryote, in which unicellular plants are also there and they belongs to Protista. So cell wall organism are separated from plant kingdom. And then it comes the fungi, which is having the cell wall of chitin. It is also separated from plant kingdom. That means in Monera, Protista and in fungi, in all the three class, the organism with the cell wall are present. But in plant kingdom, the organism with cell wall of cellulose, they are multicellular, they are eukaryotic and they are autotrophic. This is the most important characteristics of plant kingdom. Now what I have explained, I am showing you in this paragraph. In this it is written that Monera, Protista and are having the cell wall, but they are excluded from the plant kingdom. Cyanobacteria are blue-green algae, but they are excluded from the plant kingdom. Now the plant kingdom is further divided into algae, bryophyta, pteridophyta, gymnosperm and angiosperm. So on the what basis these 5 classes are being made in the plant kingdom? So first base is given here. The first base which was been taken for the classification was the habit, where do they are living, the color, number and shape of the leaves, and even the structure of androecium was also considered by the Carolus Linnaeus. These all morphological external feature has become the they have become the point of classification or basis of classification. But this classification was called as artificial system of classification, because it was only based on the external feature and internal feature were not included in this. So that some disadvantage of artificial system of classification were there, that in this the equal weightage to the vegetative and sexual characteristics were given. It was not acceptable. And secondly, the vegetative characters are, they get affected by the environmental changes, so that we cannot give the equal weightage to the vegetative and sexual characteristics. And only morphological feature cannot become the basis of classification, so that artificial classification was not been accepted. Then it comes the natural basis, natural classification. In natural classification, some other characteristics were considered. What other characteristics were considered? The ultra feature, structure, the anatomy, that means internal features of the plant, the embryology, means how do the development of embryo takes place, and phytochemistry, that means what all chemicals are present. On the basis of these internal features and external features also, the Bentham and Joseph Dalton Hooker has given the second classification. It was known as natural system of classification. This is the second one, which I am going to tell you in detail after completing this paragraph. Now it comes the third classification, that is phylogenetic classification. The phylogenetic classification was mainly basis on the evolutionary basis. Evolutionary basis means the organism, those are belonging to the same category or same taxa, they are thought to be having the same ancestor. They are having the common ancestor. So on the basis of common ancestry, the plant and organism are classified. But what were the other basis of classification? Not only the common ancestry, but other basis of classification, because in some cases when the fossils evidences are not found, in that cases the common ancestry cannot become only the basis of classification. So that numerical taxonomy means for each characteristics the number and codes are being assigned, and those number and codes are being processed as a data, and after processing of data with the help of the computer, whatever the information is obtained, on the basis of that the organism or the plant which are having the more common characteristics, they were kept in the same classes, and those are having the dissimilar characteristics were kept in the different classes. Then it comes the cytotaxonomy. Cytotaxonomy means cytological information. Cytological information means within the nucleus how many number of chromosomes are there, what is the structure of chromosome, what is their behavior. On the basis of that the plants are being categorized. And last criteria is chemotaxonomy, that means what all chemicals are present in the plant. On the basis of that also the plants can be classified. It was the third one. Now it is the second one, which is the Bentham and Hooker's classification. I am giving you the flow chart of Bentham and Hooker's classification. This flow chart explained this is Bentham and Hooker's classification, plant kingdom. Here I have written the characteristics of plant kingdom. They are eukaryotic, multicellular and autotroph. Now these plants can be classified broadly as the non-vascular plants and vascular plant. Non-vascular plants means they are without xylem and phloem. They don't possess xylem and phloem as vascular tissues. And vascular plants have vascular tissues like xylem and phloem are present. They are with xylem and phloem. Now the plants which are not having xylem and phloem, they can further be classified as Thallophyta and Bryophyta. What are Thallophyta? What are the main characteristics of Thallophyta? They are totally aquatic. They are considered as algae. They have thallus-like body, and their body cannot be divided into root, stem and leaf. Body cannot be, I should write here, root, stem and leaf not present. Body cannot be divided into root, stem and leaf. An example is Spirogyra and Volvox. Then it comes the Bryophyta. Bryophyta, they are considered as amphibians of the plant kingdom. They have root, stem and leaf like. Like is a very important character because they are non-vascular plant. Until and unless the vascular structures will not form, we cannot say the root, stem and leaf is present. We are to say root, stem, leaf like structures are present. Example is moss and markensia. Then it comes the vascular plant. Vascular plants are with xylem and phloem. These vascular plants are further classified as Pteridophyta, Gymnosperm and Angiosperm. They are commonly called as tracheophytes because they have xylem and phloem. Xylem possess tracheids. Hence, these three subclasses of plant kingdom are come under the category of tracheophytes. Then it comes the Pteridophyta, the first vascular plant. They are non-flowering. They are first vascular plant. They are not having the fruits and they are terrestrial plant. Example is fern. Then it comes the Gymnosperm. Gymnosperm, what is the difference of Pteridophyta and Gymnosperm? Here also the flowers were not there, but here flower in the form of cones are present. They don't have the seeds, they don't have fruit, but here the seeds are present which are naked and fruits are absent. Example is Pinus and Cycas. Now it comes the highest class of plant kingdom which possess flowers also. Flowers are present, seeds are covered within the fruit. It means the fruits are also present. So these three are having the vascular tissue, but here the flowers are not present. Here flower is present, here also present. But here seeds are present, here seeds and fruits both are present, here fruit is absent. Here flower, seed and fruit all are absent, but only vascular tissues are present. On the basis of that, the whole plant kingdom is divided, and I am sending the chart along with the video. Thank you.